Hey, thank you for tuning in. And today, yes, I have another product from Haribo. Um, Before I get into it, let me just tell you a little bit of something about Haribo or why I got these products. I was just kind of like going through Amazon, seeing what, trying to order some stuff that I needed. And somehow this stuff popped up. You know, um, it was the Actually, it was this mouse I'm about to show you first, and then when I went to their store, I seen these products, and there's one more yet, and I was like, okay, let's see how good this really is, because I kind of thought it was funny. The charger and cable, those are fantastic. Okay, don't get me wrong, those are definitely worth getting. Now, today I'm going to want to talk to you about the Haribo wireless mouse. And this is it right here. And the only other thing you get in the box is just like this little tiny sheet here. And that's it. This is what the box looks like. Get a little bit of information right there. And of course, something right here on the back. Here's the actual manufacturer. It's DCHK. Wait, HK stands for Hong Kong, I believe. And that's it. That's the box. Now let's get into the mouse. Let's take a good look around. And if I wouldn't do that, it would make a better video. But you got your scroll wheel, which is a switch. You do have the DPI switch right there. Of course, you get a little bit of branding on it. The left and right mouse buttons, which are surprisingly quiet. They're actually pretty darn quiet. You get your two back and forward buttons there. On the bottom is your sensor, your on and off switch. You got your PTFE type glides on there. And by the way, with the glides, they do come with a little bit of film. And even with the film, it moved quite nicely. And the way you get to the battery compartment is right there. As you can tell, I'm using a cheap Family Dollar type battery. And right here is the USB dongle. Let me get this all back together. Now, of course, you can use the dongle, which is 2.4 gigahertz. Or you could connect this through Bluetooth, which is, the Bluetooth that this mouse uses is 3.0 and 5.0. Of course, it does use a 1 AA battery, and the mouse weighs about 2.3 ounces. I'm sorry, I forgot to convert that to grams. Sorry about that. You can actually connect up to 3 devices with this button. Or mouse, and that's what this button here is for. It says 2.4 gigahertz BT1, BT2. So you could connect 2 devices through Bluetooth, 1 device through the 2.4 gigahertz dongle in here. Of course, I told you it's the left and right type buttons here are silent. These things here are, your basic forward and backward type things. The DPI on here isn't that great because this is like a $20 mouse, I think it was. It's 800, 1200, and 1600 DPI. Of course, the 1600 is going to be the best setting depending upon you and what you're using the mouse for. For me, I preferred the 1600 DPI. Now, this has an auto sleep mode in it. So basically, if it's not moving or whatever, and after 10 minutes, it goes to sleep to help preserve the battery. And like I said, the manufacturer is DCHK, as you can see their logo right there. And I'm going to give you some charts and pictures and stuff, come back and give you my final thoughts about the Haribo wireless mouse. Be right back. Okay, so what do I think of the Haribo wireless mouse? First off, I think it's definitely like, it's a fun mouse. For us adults who are kids at heart, it's great. I mean, here's a little bit better look for you. It's a fun little mouse to have, and what can I say? Yeah, I think it's more aimed maybe for the kiddies, but it's a nice little looking mouse. It is smaller. It did take me getting used to it being smaller. It's more on the size of a travel mouse. It's a little bit shorter. Yes, my thumb accidentally hits these buttons every now and then. Oh, and by the way, yeah, that's how you switch modes from 2.4 gigahertz to Bluetooth. You're not going to see it. See, like right now, it's in Bluetooth. So if I press it again, right there, that quick flashing red light there is 2.4 gigahertz. Okay, let me shut it off. And for those of you who want to know, the sensor light is red. It's not a bad mouse. First of all, the glide pads are fantastic. It is very nice and smooth. Not as smooth as the Attack Shark X3 that I reviewed, but it is nice and smooth. You could tell it was built to a budget because if you look at the tracking wheel, it's off-centered a little bit. So it's definitely built for a budget price, so a lot of care wasn't really given into 100% quality. Even at 1600, I did notice slight lag, very slight lag, while during gameplay. Not during my everyday stuff like scrolling up and down and, clicking on stuff, but during gameplay, there was a very slight lag. Unless you're paying attention, you probably won't notice it. But there is a slight little tiny lag, and that's using the 2.4 gigahertz, okay? And this mouse being more of in my opinion, a novelty or a gimmick type mouse or something that's more aimed at the kids, I would say this is a great little backup mouse or a mouse for you to have for your kids. Would I trust this mouse as my everyday use mouse? No. Not unless I have a backup mouse or another mouse readily available, such as this one, the X3, the Attack Shark. To just have this mouse alone, no, I would not do that. I would definitely have another backup mouse, or heck, even a wired mouse, just in case this one goes bad. Because like I said, this was built for a price point, and the price point is to be cheap or budget friendly. So longevity of this mouse is in question. I did use this mouse for just about a month. I know that I use a lot of mice, and trust me, I had this for quite a while, and I used it for about a month, and I have no complaints. During my testing, I never even shut the mouse off. I just kept it on, even when I went to sleep at night. And that cheap little battery is still running. It's still going strong. The glide pads are nice and smooth. But like I said, there was this tiny little bit of a lag. Otherwise, it's a good mouse. For me, also, it's like if you got big hands, like me, I mean, you can see, okay, compared to this one, let me do this too. Don't know how well you can see that. Let's do it this way. It's slightly smaller than this mouse, but for me, it took me a lot to get used to having something this small. Okay, I like the weight of it because of the AA battery in it. That's more how I like my mouse to feel. than this one at 49 grams. But to me, I would suggest that either this would be a great mouse for the kiddies, or if you're just feeling youthful, it's a good mouse to have. It's not bad. I'm not going to knock it, but I would say definitely that it's not something to use as your primary mouse, okay? Just make sure you have another mouse just in case something happens to this one, like it decides to break or malfunction or something. You have another mouse to rely on. And that other mouse should be a really good mouse, even a wired mouse, in case something goes wrong. Would it be good for the kids? Yeah, definitely. I think a lot of kids would probably like the little gummy bear look to it and stuff. But that's about it. So would I recommend you getting a Haribo wireless mouse? Yeah, I mean, it's a fun mouse. Okay, let's put it that way. It's a fun mouse to have, not just for adults. I can see the kids using it, but it'd be a great backup mouse in case, one of your other ones go bad or something. Grab this, boom, 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 you're on your way. Maybe even for a travel mouse because it's a little bit smaller than your traditional mice. So there's that too. And that's it. So yeah, the Haribo wireless mouse is not a bad mouse, especially for the price. Okay, keep that in mind, the price point. Because I know I'm gonna hear it from people going, oh look, I bought it, it's crap, it doesn't compare to like my $50 to $300 mouse. Well, it's not supposed to be like a $50 to a $300 mouse. It's a budget-friendly mouse, for crying out loud. I don't want to hear it. So yeah, it's a great backup mouse. It's a great mouse to have for the kids. It's nice and inexpensive, so if your kids break it, you can always get another one. Okay, it's instead of you spending like say $100 on a Logitech or something like that. So yeah, the Haribo wireless mouse is a good backup mouse or a great mouse for the kiddies. Okay? Now, if you happen to like this video, please give it that thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel and do not forget about that notification bell. It would really help me out a lot if you were to share this video and maybe a few more of my others on all of your social media. And until the next video, you, your friends, your family, and yes, even all of your pets, you all have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. Now, since the 4th of July is coming up, if you're in Michigan, stop on by to Any Pro Fireworks and get some awesome fireworks for really good prices. All right, folks, have a great day.